The 7th.
April, May meeting, this one, I try to get here. My schedule changes. So I'll text you.
They wouldn't count.
No,
There's
just
no-
give you a call.
I was thinking it was more fun.
I was looking at that in my head and I could not.
I have a little. I didn't get you.
Because I thought that they were posting an opening, like,
Yeah. Like crap thing or.
this
hard.
yeah, well, because I remember Christian was posting all like the openings and stuff. Yeah. The police and fire division, I'm like, oh, we're full.
I know, I saw that, so I looked at the website.
But then I was like,
Your number, it's really, really hard to bring them back to your body. It's like your numbers go away. She's doing much better than usual. But yeah. That's why I want to go to the doctor. I'll be
There.
are we all ready? You're going?
I did. I think we are.
It looks like something's going.
I think we're good.
All right, sounds good. I'd like to call the Police and Fire Commission into order Wednesday, March 4th at 6:30 PM, 108 North Cape Breton Street, second floor, council chambers, Berlin, Wisconsin. The meeting is open to the public and City Hall is handicap accessible. City meetings can be watched live or recorded on the City of Berlin YouTube page. Roll call, please.
Here.
Gus? Ross?
Here.
Pinocchio?
Here.
Brent?
Here.
We have no virtual attendees to seat. I've received no general public comments. I'll move on to number 4, fire department application of Bob Johnson. The recommendation is to approve the new applicant of Bob Johnson.
Bob Johnson's here in the back row. He's actually part of Iowa's Fire Department, has a business here in Berlin, so he'll be a huge benefit for us during the day. He's obviously been trained up for years and he'll come with some new ideas, I'm sure, for us too, so looking forward to it.
It's awesome if we can bring on some experience for sure.
How long have you been on our Rushford?
I think it's about 8 years now,
Okay,
7 or 8 years.
cool.
Does anybody else have any questions for Mr. Johnson?
Welcome. Thank you.
Well, we need a motion.
I make a motion to accept Bob Johnson onto the fire department.
Sounds like Pinocchio seconds.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Approval of open minutes from February 4th, 2026. Recommendation is to approve the February 4th, 2026 open minutes of the Police and Fire Commission.
All right, thank you.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Kanoki,
Second.
second by, why can I not remember your name? Jesus, Hess. Oh my gosh, it's been a long, 14-hour days, it's been long. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 6, fire department expenses. Recommendation approve the February 2026 fire department expenses as presented. I literally, my mind drew a blank and I was just done.
For expenses, we bought some hex key sets. We got a call, alarm was pulled. Opened up the alarm to reset it. We didn't have any on the truck, so we do now. We bought some scrub brushes at Walmart for cleaning off our air packs and stuff when we get out of when we do some work in the building. And we had fuel. Mike Radke took a ride up to look at our new truck chassis that has been delivered, Canasio, just to make sure everything was per what the spec was called for. So we got his fuel expense there. Parallel Art, we got polo shirts for everybody, the uniform shirts. So when we do activities at the park or during the summer, we all can look uniform. And then Oshkosh Fire and Police Equipment, we got 1 face piece for our SCBA's, and we got 3 more on order. We did some fit testing, which we have to do annually to make sure they fit around their faces good, and we got a couple new people, so that was the time to get the right sizes to the right people again.
Any questions? Why was the fuel expense so high? Like if we just went up and fuel expense inspect new fire truck at $350 for a fuel expense?
$350 was for Mike Radke because he took his personal truck all the way up to see the fire truck. which-
72.5 cents per mile.
Oh, okay. I don't know where they have
I
to
know.
go, like, it just seems, that's why I was,
That's
okay, I didn't know, that's why I was like, that seems really high for a fuel expense.
70
but-
some cents a mile.
All right, sounds good.
It's like a 3-hour drive there and back.
Does anybody else have any other questions? We need a motion
I'll
to,
make the motion to approve the fire department expenses.
we have a motion by Hess,
I'll second it.
a second by Kranz, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, any opposed? Motion carries. For 7, fire department reporting and updates.
So fire calls, for the month of February, we had 13 calls. One was mutual aid Red Granite for a structure fire. We had a couple false alarms. We had one individual hold an alarm station, and we just had to go there and set that. We had a smell of gas in a house out in the country. Their LP tank was empty, and therefore all the pilots weren't working right, so you got a little whiff of gas in that. We had a dishwasher on fire at Quick Trip. And the apartment building, Wingate, somebody burned some food in the microwave and a bunch of smoke in the house, apartment in the hallway, so we had to take care of that. Had a couple accidents. We had a very severe accident where 2 persons were, one was critically injured and another one was injured. And then we had a fire in a driveway. Somebody set some stuff on fire in the driveway. We had to take care of it. As far as any questions on the calls? We had no maintenance issues. We did fire department equipment, like I said, we bought 1 phase piece, we got 3 more on order, so that'll be on next month's expenses. And as far as upcoming activities in past month and upcoming, February, our first training, like I said, we did fit testing with the air packs, then we did air mask training. The second one, we did search and rescue training and a Mayday drill, so if a firefighter got down, how we go about handling that situation. Upcoming in March, yesterday we went through all our grass rigs and equipment because we've had our first grass fire. Princeton had, Pucky had Marshland fire, and we had to go help them. And then next Tuesday, we're doing a live car burn with extrication. So we'll put something to represent a person in the car, start the car on fire, and they'll have to put it out and get the person out.
Where do you guys do that?
We do it out the city pit.
Good to know. I'll be watching.
Yes, you'll be able to see it from your house. Any questions?
Anybody have any questions? Thanks, Chief. Moving on to number 8, police department expenses. The recommendation is to approve the February 2026 police department expenses as presented.
As we start on the voucher sheet, the top entry is actually no charge. We had spark plugs replaced on that same squad car about 6 weeks ago maybe. Within a couple of weeks of that replacement, we had further run issues. Turns out a couple of spark plugs were bad, so some dollars were getting for us. We got a charge for $1,268 for ultimate brake pads all the way around on the car and oil change. The power kit for the traffic sign, if anybody's seen the radar sign that shows vehicle speed, we had to replace the power pack on that. I'm not entirely sure how old that is, but it's at least 6 years old since I've been here. The 1 year for the Barracuda for $1,000 is actually our email backup system, and the Ninja One server backup is the replacement for the Barracuda backup, which is actually our server and hard files. So if you create a document and save it to our server, that's the backup for that. That's the monthly charge. The envelopes are just standard office supplies for us. We work those through the Berlin Journal. The monthly printer fee is also present. Couple of blood draws for OWIs. The interpreter services through Language Line is actually a credit because of overpayment. We actually paid the same bill twice apparently. Then there's a couple of uniform allowance things on one on this sheet and then a couple on the next one for top hack for Officer Sailor to get a couple of short sleeve shirts. Excuse me. Another charge for squad issues, and that's actually on our newest squad. We ended up with a transmission line. I'm sorry, it's a transmission heater line, which is feeding antifreeze from the engine compartment to warm up the transmission started leaking. It's a warranty issue, so it's currently over at home in Ripon. And then the Advantech add-on cloud storage is actually another terabyte cloud storage. Now that we're about 6 or 7 months in, we realized what we're gonna need to finish out the year. That's a prorated amount for us to step up to 2 terabytes from 1 terabyte because our year begins in July. Excuse me. Moving on to the credit card payments, you can see a series of postage charges which are pretty typical. The Duke and Levine tests are actually our field tests for THC-related items for controlled substances. The replacement ink pads for fingerprinting, we actually bought 2. One that we're currently using is bad, and then we're just going to have an extra one on hand in the event that somebody comes in and the one that's already open is dried out, for example, we'd be able to switch out. Then we have another uniform purchase item that's for repair boots for one of the guys. The SIM cards for the squad cars, and that's just the cellular card that goes into the in-car router for our laptop computers in the squad cars, monthly fee. Another uniform allowance for another pair of boots and a different radio holder for that officer, 3-hole punch for the office, some replacement squad key fobs, and that's just the plastic housing that would hold the lock or unlock button. Over the course of time, and usually in a matter of about 6 months, we'll end up breaking the tab off, but the key ring holds onto it, so we just have a couple of those through Amazon to replace them. We've got a credit back for an overcharge for one of the officers on some uniform items that he had purchased. Another uniform purchase for 2 long sleeve shirts, a $7 background check for the utilities applicant, and then a hotel stay for upcoming training for one of the officers. Any questions on any of those?
No questions. Need a motion to approve the February 2026 Police Department expenses.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion.
I'll second.
Morgan.
Morgan will get the second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to number 9, Police Department reporting and updates.
I think everybody's got a copy of the activity extract. You can see the traffic contacts are a little bit higher. We continue to run higher on domestic abuse related investigations, and I'm not sure why, if there's any specific catalyst for that. Beyond that, some of the thefts and some of the property and only crashes are either parking lot related or retail theft, which is probably going to happen regardless. Are there any questions about the activity extract? As far as our past month and upcoming stuff, our second defense and arrest tactics training took place in February, and the third one is scheduled for this month. It's actually coming out next week. 2 staff members attended 8 hours of leadership training at the Green Bay County Sheriff's Office in February. 1 staff member is scheduled for 16 hours of basic SHIELD training in early April. We did submit the application for the Small Rural Tribal Body Worn Camera Grant. The deadline is about the middle of the month. I think it's on the 14th. I don't know when we'll hear back on whether or not we get approved for that grant, but our requested total was $11,087. So the reimbursed amount would be the same as our cost share, which is $5,543.50. If awarded the grant, we would use the capital account consisting of budgetary surplus retained from 2020 at the onset of COVID to cover our share of that expense. The request would add 4 more cameras and a laptop capable of processing the videos during redaction software, and a year of IT support for the system. At the request of Commissioner Kanoki, the chiefs meetings, we continue to have those weekly, and it's generally all of the police chiefs, the sheriff, and the chief deputy within Green Bay County. Occasionally we have one of the supervisors from the DNR also pop into our meetings. We're doing those virtually Wednesday mornings, and we typically are discussing, I guess, both investigations and current issues with our department. So for example, right now, Mark Zan is in the process of trying to interview and select a new police chief. So he'll generally update us on that process, or if the sheriff's office is seeking to hire staff, or the city of Princeton right now is looking to add a police officer because one of their officers is going to UW Oshkosh Police Department. So a lot of times we're discussing various personnel issues and or case issues that may or may not impact the other jurisdictions, although many times the people that we're contending with here may be an issue when they move to Princeton next year, for example, so we may be able to offer them some background into that person. At this point, the assistant chief has 2 weeks left in command college. He's got 1 week coming up this month, and then his last week is toward the end of May, and he ultimately graduates with a ceremony on June 6th in the city of Madison.
Does anybody have any other questions? Thanks, Chief. Moving on to number 10, old business to be used to request items of old business to be put on future agendas for further discussion or action, or used to make a motion for reconsideration of an item from the current meeting or immediately previous meeting, or to make a motion to take items off the table which were laid on the table only during that meeting. Does anybody have any old business? New business to be used to request items of new business to be put on future agendas? Anybody have any new business? All right, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
It's best.
Yeah.
Make a motion to adjourn our meeting
Well,
tonight.
you already so moved, so
Oh, you did?
you're
Oh,
gonna second?
it.
All
Yeah, I
right.
didn't hear.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll adjourn at 6:45.
I don't think Joanne ever had as short a meeting as this.
Well, good.
I mean, it's good when there is no issues, there's nothing to
Nothing, yeah.
discuss, like we get everything on the table and we're good to go.
Yeah.
Everything's running
Yeah,
smoothly.
that new fire truck.